It's been almost 25 years. We've buried our brothers, and in time their lie has become law. They called those of us lucky, fortunate, or blessed enough not to be killed that horrible day hero. And now they call those of us who continue to refuse their lie conspiracy theorists. It's long overdue that the Senate, the American people, and indeed the world finally hear the truth behind what really went on 9/11.
High-rise fires test the resolve of even the best firefighter. As the author of Engine Company Fireground Operations 4th edition, and as an international instructor on firefighting strategy and tactics, I rely on organizations like the U.S. Fire Administration, National Fire Academy, NIOSH, and NIST to provide me with the most truthful, accurate, and reliable information out there. Firefighter lives and civilian lives depend on us getting it right. And today, high-rise textbooks are now being rewritten to include the possibility of total building collapse due to fires. And this is solely based on the flawed conclusions of the NIST report. This severely challenges and questions our standard operating procedures that currently exist for strategy and tactics, evacuations, and defend in place procedures. These are life-saving procedures to protect the public. As a former professional firefighter and captain with 38 years on the line, I can tell you that as a Type 1 fire-resistive, fully sprinklered building, World Trade Center 7 was designed and constructed to withstand the fires far in excess of those it experienced on that day. No steel frame concrete Type 1 building has collapsed, completely collapsed, due to fire before or since September 11, 2001, let alone fall symmetrically within its own footprint.
As a retired firefighter, when you're looking at these buildings, it's important to realize that there have been massive fires in concrete and steel frame high-rises all around the world and in the USA. For example, the World Trade Center North Tower in 1975, the First Interstate Bank, One Meridian Plaza, Parque Central fire in Venezuela, the Windsor Tower fire, the Mandarin Oriental Hotel, and many, many more. The point is, none of these collapsed from fire. It's never happened before. In fact, many of these buildings are still in use today.
As a retired professional firefighter, captain, I can assure you that fires alone did not cause the collapse of those buildings.
And as a professional pilot, I can tell you that the buildings were designed and constructed to absorb and withstand the impact of a Boeing 707, which was it's a 4-engine passenger jet, the largest Boeing at the time.
There are over 100 documented testimonies from first responders on the scene, clearly hearing numerous explosions.
We made it outside, we made it about a block.
We made it at least 2 blocks, and we started running. Floor by floor, it started popping out.
It was if they had detonated.
Yeah,
If
detonated.
they were planned to take down a building. Boom, 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 boom.
All the way down. I was watching it and running.
What happened?
We was in the explosion. We was in the lobby, and the third explosion, the whole lobby collapsed on us.
Is that a secondary explosion?
Yes, it was.
That was the planet, probably.
Yeah, definitely secondary explosion. Because we was inside waiting to go upstairs, and on the way upstairs, the whole blew. And we just collapsed on everybody inside the lobby. Then there was a third one too after that one. That's right.
So what you told me is that there was a plane or whatever hit the building, and then a secondary explosion.
It was like 3 explosions after that. We came in after the fire. We came when the fire was going on already. We was in the staging area inside the building.
Here, hold on. You want to call your mother or something?
be right now.
You gotta get back from here.
I know that. You gotta get back.
All right.
I know.
Keep your eye on that building as they're coming down.
This subject is deeply troubling, but the evidence is so cogent and so compelling that it demands a new investigation.
This is Building 7, the third tower to fall on 9/11. It was not hit by a plane. We're being asked to believe that this modern building totally failed and suddenly collapsed due to mere office fires. As firefighters, we know this makes no physical sense. Many aspects of the official explanation are seriously flawed, and some are simply impossible. For example, notice that the building is coming down symmetrically, which indicates total symmetrical cross-sectional damage in an instant. Its descent was also measured at gravitational acceleration, something which NIST admitted, Alaska University confirmed, and repeated measurements have verified. The troubling thing is, this symmetrical gravitational acceleration is only achievable when all structural resistance has been removed from all 82 supporting columns up through several lower floors, as confirmed in the forensic structural analysis by the University of Alaska Fairbanks. Whilst the explanation of controlled demolition might not make political sense to many, it's the only explanation which makes physical and mathematical sense.
We may take risks, but we're no fools.
Firefighting is dangerous, but it's not reckless. Risks tend to be balanced with probability of outcome. If these buildings were truly vulnerable to collapse from normal office fires, no firefighter in his right mind would support the continued procedure of advanced staging areas in these structures as they burn, a practice which continues to this day.
And finally, why can't Americans hear about FDNY Battalion Chief Oreo Palmer, who succeeded in making it to the point of impact on the 78th floor of the South Tower with his men, and reported that he had 2 isolated pockets of fire and that we should be able to knock it down with 2 lines, contradicting the official storyline that it was a raging fire up there. Here's a brave fireman who made it onto the fire floor and was doing his job. 1 minute after the final transmission, the South Tower collapsed.
This is Battalion 7 on floor 40 of Tower 2. We got 1 elevator working up to the 40th floor, staffed by a member of Line 15K.
FDNY firefighters are world leaders in high-rise firefighting. This calls for outstanding physical fitness. Battalion Chief Oreo Palmer was a prime example. As both a runner and a triathlete, he was able to make exceptional progress.
Oreo, all right, you come.
No one would do more with time than Oreo Palmer. That's him on the right with the mustache. He's receiving orders to go to the South Tower to try to clear a path to the trapped souls calling 911.
His was one of the first firefighter teams to enter the South Tower. They used an elevator to reach the 40th floor, then quickly advanced upwards. At the 74th floor, he reported no smoke or fire problems.
We're going to have to host it. I'm on 69 now, so we need a higher back, please. I'm still in voice stairway, 74th floor, no smoke or fire problem. The walls are breached, so be careful.
The firefighter team, following on closely behind Oreo, was also reporting manageable fires.
Alright, 10-4, we're going to knock down some fire here in the B stair and we'll meet up with you. You get over to the A stair and help out Chief Palmer.
The destruction of these incredibly strong towers was blamed on the fires at the impact zone. Oreo's tower was hit by the second plane, on fire the least, yet came down first, only minutes after these conflicting reports of manageable fires.
We got 2 isolated pockets of fire. We should be able to knock it down with 2 lines. Where you know that? 78th floor, numerous 1045 coal horns. 478. 10-4 over here. Numerous civilians, we're going to get 2 engines up here. Alright, 10-4, we're on our way.
So it would seem, until now, that we have left unmolested those who set fire to the house and prosecuted those who sounded the alarm. But that is changing. People lie, but the facts don't. All the American people want now is the truth based on the facts.
Look, this issue isn't going away. The reason it remains controversial is that no one is satisfied with the explanations coming from the government scientists and structural engineers. The blood spilled at ground zero will continue to cry out to the heavens until the truth is widely known and spoken boldly by those whom the public can trust.